I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Zach.
And we're traveling A to Z.
This week we're going from Bangkok to Chiang Mai in Thailand.
We are visiting Ban Ba In Summer Palace. And I probably butchered that, but that's where we are.
The Summer Palace is located about 2 hours north of Bangkok and about 20 minutes south of Ayutthaya. It was originally constructed in 1632 by King Tong. Over time, different kings have redone the palace. The palace spreads out over a huge area and is filled mainly with grassy lawns, massive water features, little canals that run most of the compound and connects to rivers alongside of it.
So most of the buildings in the Summer Palace are influenced by European architecture, which you could see here, and there's only a few buildings that have that Chinese kind of architecture. So it's a nice little blend. It's pretty neat. And then there's flowers blooming all around, which are gorgeous and smell good. So the bridge over there is influenced from Italy, or is a replica of Italy, and the bridge there, it's just a smaller version. So we are under a gazebo near the river, feeding the fish
This may be the most best part of the whole day.
around the Grand Palace. No, Summer Palace. We're in the Summer Palace right now.
Look at them. Those little piranhas.
Zach's so happy right now.
It's like a little kid feeding a fish. Look at them all the kois. I'm getting fed all over
This
me.
is Ashlyn feeding fish.
They're big. Oh, the big ones are lazy. Look at, oh,
Yeah,
they
see,
really
he
are
didn't even come
lazy.
out of the water to grab him.
Wow. Those are some big fish, huh?
Yeah, they just hang out and eat bread all day. Can you imagine they have like 1,000 tourists here all feeding them?
They're all these big.
It's so hot.
He's a baby. So we just arrived to Wat Maha That, which is an ancient temple that was influenced from Cambodia architecture, and it's from the 13th century. So we're gonna walk around.
This temple is also called the Temple of the Great Relic. It is one of the most important temples in Ayutthaya Kingdom. This temple enshrined Buddha relics, and it was the center of Buddhism in the Ayutthaya Kingdom.
A whole bunch of Buddhas that are headless.
Wat Maha That was one of the most important monasteries of the Ayutthaya Kingdom, not only because it was the religious center and enshrinement of the relics of the Buddha, but also because of its proximity to the Grand Palace. It was a royal monastery and the seat of the Supreme Patriarch of the city dwellings until the end of the Ayutthaya period. One of the most iconic pictures is where the Buddha head is entwined in the tree roots of the banyan tree, which you could see popping out. Because it was shaded under the tree, it is in great condition. Straight ahead, you could see the base of the main prong that still exists. It has a symmetrical base with staircases on 4 sides, and that's all that remains of their once big prong.
So all these tower things are called stupas. And here is an orientation hall, which you can see straight ahead. big Buddha.
We're at Wat Chaiwatthanaram Temple.
No, Wat Sanphet. It's really hard to say, basically.
This temple is also known as the Temple of the Holy Splendid Omniscient.
Really big stupas. There's, I guess, 3 big stupas that are still, what do you call it? Stupaing. Erect, I guess.
Look at the erection on that stupa.
This temple was the holiest temple on the site of the old royal palace in Thailand's ancient capital of Ayutthaya. The royal palace was completed in 1351 by the king. This temple belonged to the royal family and no monks lived there. The Wat was used exclusively for royal ceremonies.
Now that's a stupa. So the stupas, they buried kings 8, 9, and 10 of some period. I forgot the period. Do you remember the period? Okay. Well, there was ashes in there.
In 1499, a royal chapel was built on the palace grounds.
That's what they look like when they found him.
In this chapel, a giant Buddha was casted in bronze.
Now he's gold and the big Buddha sitting as we walked in.
Big Buddha.
This Buddha is 16 meters high, covered in gold. It is 8 meters in length. It is made of bronze and weighs approximately 64 tons and is covered with approximately 343 kilograms of gold.
We just saw our first Indian elephant. It's right there.
Indian elephant, Thailand elephant.
Thailand elephant. An Indian elephant in Thailand. It's right there.
On our way to our last temple for the day, we stopped on the side of the road for a dessert.
So it's a roti with cotton hair cotton?
Yeah, candy cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Yeah, sugar cotton, whatever. It's a sugar.
It's like, yeah, vanilla-y.
Really good. But I love cotton candy.
Zach was not a fan of the dessert, which you could tell by his face.
Okay, so at our last temple of the day, called Wat Chaiwatthanaram. Sort of. That's the name.
This temple lies on the west bank of the Chaiwatthaya River, southwest of the old city of Ayutthaya.
So we're currently in Ayutthaya, and apparently you could take this river all the way to Bangkok.
This temple was originally built in 1630 by the king Prasat Thong as the first temple of his reign and a memorial for his mother.
So the Burmese used to camp here, and therefore it's still one of the more preserved temples because they didn't fight themselves, and so a lot of things didn't get destroyed. A stucco design to show the life of the Buddha. A lot of the Buddha's heads are off because during the war they would take the Buddha head and sell it because it was the easiest thing to take. So you see a lot of headless Buddhas all over Thailand.
After a long day visiting many temples, we are heading to the Sala Hotel, which is one of the coolest hotels I've seen.